Right, hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our penultimate race before the Christmas break. Yeah, we're here. We're ready. We're gonna get it going. My name is Brian. As always, you're watching on my channel. Yeah, this should be a fun one to say the least. We are at Bahrain. Hello, whale. Good evening. Should be a very good one. Right, let me quickly turn all of this stuff on. There we go. First out on track, I believe, is Delano. So let's see what he can muster up. No sprint race, no wildcards, just a regular race. It's not a very Christmassy country now, is it? But we don't really race at a lot of countries where Christmas is very big, no? Or at least that give the Christmas vibe. Like, for example, Denmark would. Or Germany, Sweden. You know, the Nordic-ish countries. Right, let me do a quick recap from what happened last week. Last week we were at Japan, where we saw Dorling take yet another victory. He's absolutely stormed out of the gates this season, and he has done very well. Yeah, in the meantime, Gunnar finally got knocked off of second place, because he was beaten by Valankis, who also got driver of the day. Gunnar still ended up in P3 though, and still had a very decent race, and that now means, because of that result, in the constructors, or not the constructors, the drivers championship, Dorling is now leading by 14 points over Gunnar, and has a whole race lead over the rest of the grid, which is low-key impressive after 3 races. And then in the constructors, his team is also leading the constructors by 26 points over Red Bull and by 38 over McLaren, and that is all the highest ranked teams out of the way. In the meantime, Delano has almost finished his lap. Hello Douglas, good evening. Right, what I do have on my Christmas wish list is batteries. So you guys don't have to hear that annoying zooming sound in the background anymore. Because, because I have to charge my controller with a cable, because I haven't been able to afford batteries. Because I'm poor with money and I had to buy Christmas gifts. There we go. Valungis 27.9. This is a very quick lap time. Gunnar has gone into second, Vaxi into third. Dorling goes up to second, so a very good lap time from Valungis. But it's all very close, the whole grid is still within a second, which is what we're used to. If the grid isn't within a second, is it really a WAOF1 race? Actually, Hilly and Akakev have both set the same lap time as well. Paco is the first, I believe. Oh no, he's not. And I am blind. Hilly was exactly 1 second quicker than Akakev was. But hey, we move. First round has already, first round of laps has already been completed. I think Will is gonna do a back-to-back here. He has enough fuel for it at least, and he has enough battery as well. So, by how much can he improve? He's at a 28.420. Always high. It's not even a whale. I might be high. I don't know. Svati. Oh, and he invalidates. So, no further attempt from him. Hilly came across the line and I don't think he improved. So that's not great. That would put Hilly down in P12. That's really not where he wants to be. Damn. Why my controller vibrating like that? Let's go. JSS on a lap. Yesterday is apparently World Basketball Day. How fun. And there he goes, across the line into P13. And I think he'll be decently happy with that. I mean, it's definitely off the last row, so that's nice. On to Gunnar next. Up 4 tenths. That's gonna be a mega lap. Of course, I don't really know off the top of my head what the pace truly is, but I think like that's very good. And again, if he can do it now, I'm sure everyone else can do it later as well. 27.5, and that puts him on provisional pole. Dorling is also that same 4/10 up, so that might be close. And he does go fastest. Yellow flag in the middle sector for Ryan, letting people past. And that person going past is Gunnar, who's not on a lap. Here we go then, Hilly's attempt. I always do like looking at Hilly's laps. I've known Hilly, I think, for like 3-4 years now, something like that. And he's always been up there. He's always been quick. And he still is. But the qualifying pace at the moment is not very good. I think he won't be happy either with being outside of the top 10. Now, of course, quali is very competitive here. But I'm sure he'd want to be in there. Seven tens up, that's what we like to see. Fastest middle sector of everyone as he now heads to the final corner. Storms towards the line. Hilly goes into third. And that's more like it. Oh. Looks like Karma had a little spin. He's back going. Who was the other yellow flag? Mr. Jesus. He's about to go for one of his final runs. I believe that's Alfa Rome's going past. Yes, has done that quite nicely. He's gonna get a bit of a tow. Alfa Rome's runs out of fuel though, so not as much of a tow as he would have liked. Can he get himself out of the bottom 5? Needs to find at least 7/10 of a second. Sector 1 is down on his time. That's not great, that's not what you want. across the line and improves by a tenth, but not by a position. And now everyone is gonna start going out of the pit. Admiral has beaten them all out, and he's gonna go a little bit out of sync, gives himself the space to go for a second attempt if he does manage to fuck up this one. But it's all looking quite good so far. He's made it through Sector 1. He's ahead of everyone that just came out of the pit lane. We're all very bunched up. That will only cause for chaos. And in the meantime, Admiral is improving on his time. That gain alone would put him up 3 places, and he's less than a 10th up. Split a tenth and a bit. He's getting there. That would put him like up to the top 5. He'll come across the line, and Admiral goes into P4. A very nice lap, and now he has everyone else behind. Let's say on the Vaxi he was a bit confident. We like confident Vaxi. It's usually the Rain King, but it would be nice to see him win a race in the dry. Licorius and JSS are still in the pit lane and they won't improve. Delano has jumped up to 3rd, and Whale has ended up in P7. Now a lot of other guys are gonna start going towards the line. If Axie is 3 tenths up himself. Axie crosses the line, goes into 3rd. Valungis 4th. Cooner fastest. Admiral retires. Cooner's taking provisional pole, and there goes Dorling. Takes it straight back. 27-2-4-0. I am blind to 402. Oh my god, I could not have butchered that anymore. But anyway, he's on pole. And he once again is gonna lead us off into turn 1 with him in P1. Right, I am gonna quickly grab myself an aspirin because my head hurts. I'll be right back and then we will get going. Aight, I am back and ready to go. And so is the rest of the grid. It's like it was planned. Wow. Alright, let's see what everyone's on. Gunnar and Hilly on the hards, Licorius on the softs, and the rest of them all have mediums on. It's not that difficult, to be honest. Yeah. That's it, really. We'll leave all of this off for the start of the race. I think that's quite fun, you know. Gives it a bit of entertaining value. Maybe, I don't know. Draw weaving, that's so cute. There we go, formation lap over. They'll all be lining up to the grid to get us going. And Bucko's left. That's not ideal, and I can't invite him back either because he's on PC. Right, there we go. 5 lights and underway in Bahrain. It's been a horrible start for Gunnar and Hilly. Their hearts really not working. Under attack from Vaxi on the inside. Gunnar got a good second half of his launch. And Hilly is down to 4th. Vaxi is under pressure though. That's 3 wide. That doesn't go somehow. Nobody spun there. And Admiral's up to 4th, and there's a collision in the back. That's Bucko and JSS. Ooh, and there's Hilly again, side by side with Valungis. Valungis had a look. Didn't actually end up getting past. Wheels of the track. Alfa Rome's has a run. They're going side by side. And Alfa Rome's brakes late, so does Will. Oh, that is a beautiful move from Alfa Rome's. Around the outside to move up to P8. Very well done. And now straight on the back of his teammate. In the meantime, Dorling leading the race yet again. And he's gonna come across the line and lead the first lap. Valungis managed to get past Hilly there. Hilly under massive pressure. His heart's really not helping him at all. And here comes Delano, who flies past. In the meantime, Vatti on the inside of Alfa Rome's. But not past yet. And Alfa Rome's defends the position. With big gainings from Vaxi on Gunnar, and he might have a look on the inside of turn 1. No, he doesn't, but he does set up his car nicely. So yellow flag, who spun? I think that might be Akakev, and it is. Biggest gainer of the start so far would be Karma and Admiral. Both Ferraris doing well off the start. That's what I wanted to have on screen. There we go. Took a while, but we got there. Vaxi is keeping the pressure on Gunnar. Gunnar cannot keep up with Dorling's pace right now, but maybe at the end of the race he could be on well, a good strategy. Alfa Rome's could be the only one who's actually going for a move. Hilly defends it. Leaves the door wide open for Alfa Rome's an exit, and he has an opportunity. They both have DRS, but Alfa Rome's can go, and so can Vatti, who almost dares to make a 3 wide, but he stays behind. For now, Alfa Rome's and Hilly almost come together, yet somehow contact free. Alfa Rome's gets up into P7, and Hilly struggling on the hards. Now has a charging Vatti behind him as well. And Hilly is struggling, and there's an opportunity for Vatti to make a dive, and he will happily take it, and Hilly backs out of it, which is probably the smartest decision for both of them. And Vatti now up to P8. Hilly has dropped down massively. He's down 6 places. His strategy so far is really not working out. And he does not possess of the same pace as Gunnar. It's not massively fallen away from Vatti though. There, Alfa Rome's goes past Valungis. Both kick Saubers doing really well at the start of this race. And there's Licorius, who's on the back of Will. Is eyeing up a move, but he won't make it. Whoa! Almost a spin. Look at how big that train is. It's from P6 all the way down to P12, and there's Valungis, who does finally get past Alfa Rome's. Not Alfa Rome's. Yes, Alfa Rome's. I can now start hunting after his teammate. If he can stay in front of Alfa Rome's, that is. That is of course always the question. Alfa Rome's is close, and he will have DRS, so will Vatti, and Vatti has the most charge out of all of them. But Hilly is there too. This might be 4 wide into turn 1. So at least 3 wide. Vatti going for that move. Oh, it's beautiful. Vatti up to P6. That is one of the sexiest moves I've ever seen. And there goes Hilly. Haley takes not one, not two. Well, yes, two. I was thinking he was gonna charge on even more, but he takes two positions. Valungus, in the meantime, has spun. So, was there a bit of contact with someone there? Maybe. Didn't see it, and Haley and Vati have both made massive gains there. But in the meantime, they have lost 5 seconds to Delano, and that is, in the way they're racing right now, very much uncatchable. Vaxi's in, that's early. So he'll be going for a 2-stop then. He's trying to overtake Vati. He's on the inside. Vati gets the better exit, and Haley does have another opportunity. We're gonna stay on board with Delano. Skarma retires in the pit lane. Oh, Delano overshoots the corner. In the meantime, the battle for the lead has commenced. Gunnar has caught up. His hearts have started to work like a treat. And that gap that was once there has absolutely vanished. And now it's up to him to overtake Dorling. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's on the inside. They head into turn 1. And he gets the job done. Does he have DRS for the next straight? I don't think he was behind at the detection point. And he wasn't. So Dorling can come straight back at him. But decides not to and decides to just save the battery. So there's a collision there in turn 1. And that was bound to happen. All three of them, a lot of people there, just all so close. And I don't know if there's any damage or not. But Alfa Rome's has lost out. Is there damage to any one of those cars? No. I'm looking at Haley. I can't see any damage there either. And none on Vati too. Or at least none that we can see. Now Vaxi going for the 2-stop, he's on the hards and he is in traffic. He has not nailed the timing in the slightest. But his teammates should not make this a very big moment. Gotta say, I am surprised to see him go for a 2-stop. But hey, it could work. Alfa decides to pit and so does Valungus. I don't think 20 laps on the hards is doable. Oh, if they do, then fair play. Out of that very big battle, 2 remain, which are Vati and Hilly. I see a spin, and that was Bucko. Ay ay ay. Saw it happen on the minimap. Opportunity for Vati, who got a very bad exit, so opportunity is gone. It could still be there for Whale. More pit stops are happening. Let's quickly check the tires. It's mostly all on the hards, but surprisingly, Licorius and Bucko have got onto mediums, so they're forcing themselves into a 2-stop. Whereas all the others can theoretically 1-stop. So if we look at the battle for the lead, and Dorling doesn't have battery. That would explain why he's not gotten past since Gunnar overtook him. It's because he's just not having any battery. Whale, ay 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 ay. Not a penalty for Whale. To be fair, he's not in a big podium scoring position right now. But, you know, I do hope to see it happen one day. I know he gets them in other tiers, but I want to see it happen here. And for some reason he just about cannot every single time. Tell you what, the aspirin has not helped at all. My head is absolutely killing me, so apologies for the lack of a lot of commentary. Whale has pitted and he's come out in a nice gap behind Alfa Rome's. And if you look at the gap that he has to Vaxi, which is about 14 seconds, you could say that Vaxi could be in the provisional lead of the race, but he has to pit again. So maybe not as much in the lead as he thinks, or I think he is. There are the pit stops, a lot of them are in right now, and Dorling has gone for the undercut, which is kind of forced, you know. But there you can see he's behind Vaxi by quite a margin. A safety car right now would absolutely save Gunnar and Hilly, and probably Vaxi as well, because he is right now under pressure from Dorling behind, but he will drop down massively once he has to pit again. And so he is now officially on worse tires than everyone else, and 7 laps worse. And he needs to go to probably like lap 18. So he's got his work cut out for him. Here's Dorling right on the back of him, who doesn't really have a good battery management idea, but he is on the inside. And on exit does not get there. Vaxi gets a good enough exit to stay ahead. But there with DRS, once again Dorling can send it up the inside. Vaxi is doing very well to try and stay ahead, but in the end Dorling just has the superior grip, and Vaxi has to concede his position down to P4, which will be a lot lower in a couple of laps time. It's probably getting to a point where I would need to restart the party, so let me do that quickly. There we go. Oh wow. An update on the Alexander Isak injury. He's broken his leg and he's out for the rest of the season. So if he's in your fantasy team, sub him out, get Hugo and Ketike in, because he's about to score some banging goals. There's a close gap and it's rapidly closing, but Vati cannot get past Alfa Rome's on that back straight. And Hilly, well, he is truly about to have his work cut out for him. He'll be behind Volungis the moment he pits. Unless there's of course a safety car. There's the opportunity for Vati and he is fully going for it. Oh, and he's on the grass. That's not going to be great in the braking. But he makes it stick. And he's through anyway. Great move by Vati. Has to defend now from Alfa Romeo, who can come back, who switches it to the inside, who brakes very late. And Vati just lets him go, lets him outbrake himself, and is officially up to P8. There's another move attempt for Alfa Rome's. And now Ryan has managed to get into this battle too. And with Ryan as we look for this battle, but he once again tries to go for the switchback, and once again it's worked out to perfection, and he stays in P8. Gunnar has started to rapidly lose time to Dorling now. Hilly pits, so he's gonna have an undercut of 16 seconds on Gunnar in the next lap. And there are the mediums. Oh, where does he come out? That's going to be close between him and Volungis. And it's ahead of Wheel, it's not even close between him and Volungis. The problem for Hilly now is though that a second and a half ahead he has this battle. And how difficult, even though he has a lot better tires, how difficult is it going to be for him to get past and overtake? And Gunnar is in. Here's Dorling, you can see Gunnar's not moving in the pit lane. It's also not really close. Gunnar and Delano, that's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close. Delano might even have an opportunity to get past into turn 4. But he doesn't go for it. Baxi also pitted. He's down to P11 and he is behind Valangis. As we expected. Here goes Hilly. And he is clearing off the first of the 3. To hopefully get himself onto P4, I think is gonna be the maximum for him. Opportunity 2 for Hilly to progress up next. Saved a lot of battery to be able to make a move, and he's gonna get past very easily. No fight. To be fair, there was no fight to give either. Final victim for Hilly for the next few laps is right ahead of him. Gunnar is gaining on Dorling. Slowly but steadily. He's gonna want to get there as soon as possible though, because that advantage on his tires will drop off. There's the fastest lap. And he has 8 more to get close. But he is trying to defend, but he just cannot. They can make life difficult for Hilly. That's gonna be all it's gonna be. So he has officially taken P5 and can now set charge to the rest of the grid. Gunnar has caught up. He's within DRS, but he doesn't have the battery. battle is on. And Gunnar has taken the lead. And now he just needs to run away, because those tires will fall off. And when that happens, Dorling will be right there with him. But that offset in tires might be too big. In the meantime, to this, because there's an overtake brewing. Ryan around the outside, and it's beautiful once again. If he makes it stick. And she doesn't. Great defense by Will. Even though he has a penalty, he's not giving up. Fastest lap for Gunnar, and he's pulled away a second. This time on the straight, Will has nothing he can do, and Ryan gets past. Zwaxi on this compact drive also gets 3 seconds. The biggest gainer and loser so far. Well, biggest loser Vaxi. Actually no, Valangis. And biggest gainer would be Vati and Ryan. Admiral has gone past Hitty. Hitty is fighting with Admiral. Hitty's caught up. Out of nowhere. Andy almost lost it. Hilly with another opportunity. And this time surely he gets past. And he does, very late on the brakes from Admiral. But Hilly is past. Oh no! Contact! Big lockup! Oh, and contact again! They almost swiped each other out into the wall. Feisty fighting. Yellow flag. Who's that for? I think that might have been for JT Gent. Right, attempt number 3 for Hilly. This time that might be it. I don't see Admiral coming back from that distance. Oh yes, big lockup. He tried it. To no avail. Hilly finally through for P4. Now we're gonna quickly move on to this because Vaxi is fighting with both Will and Ryan. Gunnar's tires are starting to give up a little. He is starting to drop back to within semi-reach of Dorling, but I think he's timed his pit stop well, and I don't think Dorling will have enough time. Where are they? They were so far ahead on the straight. But Vaxi takes Ryan. Ryan though has DRS and Vaxi doesn't, so he could come back at him, but he's not gonna. And that is Vaxi up to P7. Right, has someone ran out of fuel, or is it just Jetty Gent, I think it is. Let's go to the leaders. Dorling has caught up massively. Gunnar needs to save fuel. So does Dorling, to be fair. Could Gunnar run out though? He's massively saving. That could be a heartbreaking finish if it does mean that. Again, he's had a big lift. And Dorling can smell blood. He wants his fourth in a row. They're storming to the final corner. Does Gunnar make it to the line? When does he run out? They are so close. It's a race to the line. And it's Gunnar who just edges it out over Dorling. And Delano gets a podium. And that's the first time this season that Dorling's been defeated. It is doable after all. Whoa, didn't even notice, but that was a drag race towards the line. Shame Will had a penalty. There's another. This one is without penalties. And that's Alfa Rome's just beating out JSS. And now we wait for Akakev, who's behind Verlungus and Bucko. And there we go, race over. I genuinely have no clue who to give driver of the day to. So I shall discuss that with others later. There we go then. Game gives it to Williams. To Vatti. I'll give it to Vatti then. Go on. He can have it. There we go. Race results, race director. And that marks the end of WAOF1 for this year. As we'll be back after the Christmas holiday on, if I got it correct, the 6th of January, where we'll be back on Tuesday, and on Sunday I will be back streaming the 4th of January. So no, we are actually the first ones back. How lovely. But I'd like to take this moment to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a blessed time and a Happy New Year. And I will see you guys all back next season, next year, where hopefully the action keeps continuing and we will all have lots of fun. Best wishes and good night.